They believe that every other death is the result of either violence or some malevolent sorcery.
Oh, sorcery, yes. Well, I've heard of the pointing bone that they used to kill with.
Yes, that's the most common type of death magic.
Is it effective?
I've seen a man die within 3 days of learning that the bone has been pointing at him.
And who pointed the bone?
A magician he had wronged. Such a man could creep up behind you as you lay asleep, dip his hands into the small of your back, remove your kidneys, peel off the fat that surrounds them, and replace them without a scar. Death would be sure to follow in 2 or 3 days.
Interesting idea.
Once there was no rain for a whole year. The chief magician had been sent for. He was a genuinely terrifying figure, often parading in an old 18th century naval-type officer's tailcoat. He cut his body with a sharp stone.
Where would he get hold of the tailcoat?
Excuse me. I'm sorry I'm spoiling the lunch. I suffer from migraine. Can I lie down somewhere, please?
There's a sofa in the sitting room.
Oh, I think the spare room, he'd be more comfortable there. Move the chair down. To the left of the bathroom.
Don't like your friend much.
Hardly my friend.
Anyway, say good night to him. I'm going to bed.
Already?
Yep.
Anything wrong?
No.
Oh, son. Come in. You said that he cut himself with a stone.
He floated feathers in the air to represent clouds. Then he took a sharp stone and cut deep around his waist. Blood flowed like a waterfall. Then he tucked his fingers into the wound, dragged at his flesh, tearing it up across his chest, like a snake discarding his skin. It began to rain at that very moment. And it rained for 4 days.
I presume you believe in the power of that magic.
Oh, yes, I believe in its power. It's there. If a man is convinced he's going to die, he simply slips away and dies.
Mr. Crossley.
Don't patronize me with that tone, please. That magician in the tailcoat gave me a terrible power over my enemies. He taught me the use of the terror shot. It took me 18 years to perfect it. Now I can kill with it. Kill. Instantly.
Yes, well, I find this all very interesting, but I think those 2 days without food have affected your mind very badly.
You haven't the imagination to understand anything outside your own experience. I've heard your music. It's nothing. It's empty.
Yes. Well, if there's anything you need before you leave, she'll be downstairs. Very much like to hear your shout, Mr. Crossley.
I'm on my way now. Perhaps you'd like to walk with me for a bit.
Come on. Come here, look. Come here.
If I shouted for you now, you would die. As would your wife. And anyone else around here.
I don't believe in that shout of yours, Mr. Crossley.
I'll stay tonight. In the morning, we could walk on the dunes. There'll be no one about.
Well, it's fine with me.
You'd be wise to bring some wax or cotton wool to stop up your ears.
I want to be able to hear it. I have heard some sounds in my time, you know.
It will kill you then.